As part of its 60th anniversary, the University College Hospital Ibadan on Monday, the 20th of November 2017, hosted the Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, for the commissioning of the multi-million naira Sir Keshington Adebutu Geriatric Rehabilitation Center, located within the premises of the tertiary institution. Geriatrics, or geriatric medicine, is a specialty that focuses on the health care of elderly people. Its aim is to promote health by preventing and treating diseases and disabilities in older adults. The event had in attendance highly important dignitaries from all around the country, among whom were the Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, the host governor, Senator Abiola Ajimobi, Governor of Ondo State, Arakunrin Rotimi Akeredolu, Honorable Minister of Health, Professor Isaac Adewale, former President of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, was represented by Dr. Femi Majakodunmi. The donor, Sir Keshington Adebutu, and his wife, Chief Mrs. Koforola Adebutu. Chief Medical Director, University College Hospital Ibadan, Professor Temitope Alunge, Emeritus Professor Theophilus Oladipo Ogunlesi, President, Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Chief Mrs. Nike Akonde, Are Afe Babalola, Honorable Ladi Adebutu, Chief Consultant Physician, Dr. Sonny Folorunsho Kuku, a former chairman of UCH Board, Dr. Mrs. Abiola Olorode, among others. Traditional rulers present were the Oba of Lagos, Oba Rilwan Akiolu, the Alakberu of Ikberu Remo, Oba Adeleke Idowu Basibo, and many others. The event began with the opening address by the CMD UCH, Professor Temitope Alunge, who said the newly built Geriatric Rehabilitation Center at the University College Hospital UCH Ibadan, Oyo State, will meet the growing demands for the care of the aged in Nigeria. Professor Alunge said, the adult population is increasing at an alarming rate, and the demand for the care of the aged has been on the rise as against what it used to be. Professor Alunge said the hospital approached Sir Dr. Keshington Adebutu through his daughter, Dr. Mrs. Abiola Olorode, when it became obvious that the Tony Anene Center, with a 10-bedding patient admission pattern, could no longer handle the increasing number of geriatric patients. He said the Sir Keshington Adebutu Geriatric Rehabilitation Center, which was built, equipped and donated by Sir Dr. Keshington Adebutu, will go a long way in meeting the demands for the care of the aged in Nigeria, as the center, which is the first and the best in the African sub-region, is fully equipped with a 20-bed facility, holistic diagnostic center, and a state-of-the-art facility in the bedrooms. Professor Alunge, who described the center as home away from home, said it will prevent or reduce elder abuse by caregivers employed for them at home.
For his own contribution to the elderly population. And when they asked me why, I told them that he's an elder in the Nigerian society. And Sir Keshington graciously funded not only the construction but the equipment. So this is a fully furnished, fully equipped center ready to go tomorrow. And this is the reason why we believe that this center, which is the first in Africa, the geriatric center we have is the first in Africa. The federal government, through the Ministry of Health, has a plan to establish 15 geriatric centers. But we have the first in the whole of Africa. Even though we train our geriatricians in South Africa does this kind of setup. And we had a visit from England, a geriatrician, who on arrival looked at the geriatric center and said, we don't have this in England. And in my 7.5 years, there's no center of this nature. And so we believe that this is an opportunity to showcase to the whole world what Nigeria is made of. Or the negativities about our healthcare sector is not what it is now. We do the very best we can in the health sector. And if we put aside all kinds of strike actions, we are still a part of the economy that needs to be reckoned with. Your Excellency, this is the story behind the Sir Keshington Adebutu Geriatric Rehab Center.
In his remark, the donor, Sir Keshington Adebutu, applauded the management of the UCH for managing the Tony Anene Geriatric Center in a professional way. He said he donated the center due to his concern for the elderly. Sir Keshington Adebutu added that It gladdens his heart to hear that such a laudable initiative has been commissioned in his lifetime, as it is the first in Africa under the management of UCH, and the center will fill the void in the lives of the elderly and prolong their lives. Sir Keshington Adebutu rounded up by urging well-meaning Nigerians to use their resources to help humanity, as he congratulated and thanked all who have helped in making his dream come true.
Old age is the last and most devastating segregation in any country. The society is obsessed with the youth and staying young while turning their backs on the lives and the needs of the elderly. I am informed that this is the first of its kind in West Africa. It is an honor that it is under the care and management of Nigeria's foremost teaching hospital, the University College Hospital, Ibadan. A great credit to our health service and great nation, Nigeria. With world-class service in place, it is my plan, with the efforts of the management of UCH, that this center will fill the void in the lives of the elderly. Permit me to add that I am confident that this center will radically prolong the lives of the elderly, as tremendous work was done to ensure this for the immediate future and in the years to come. Before I take my seat, I wish to congratulate everyone for helping to make it possible. Particular thanks are due to my daughter, Dr. Mrs. Abiola Olorode, the main contractor, structural engineers, and quantity surveyors. You are all made a dream become a reality. I thank you all for listening.
The vote of thanks to bring the commissioning to an end was said by Dr. Mrs. Abiola Olorode, daughter of the donor, who appreciated and thanked all for coming. She specifically thanked her father, who she described as the man of the people, and the man who put his family first.
Man of the people. Thank you, sir, for teaching us hard work. My father was a disciplinarian, taught us hard work, and he taught us the love of the people. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for being the patriarch of the Adebutu family. Thank you for being a very good example. Anyway, we mention your name, it opens doors. And your last dream for the family will definitely be established in Jesus' name. I want to thank everybody, and especially the gentlemen of the press. And you know all the press were called gentlemen. We thank you for honoring this gathering. If I have missed anybody, please, I apologize in advance. Thank you, God bless, and wish you journey mercies.
The CMD of UCH, Professor Temitope Alunge, afterwards led dignitaries to the unveiling of the Keshington Adebutu Center, as the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, commissioned it to the glory of God and the benefit of Nigerians.
Members of the National Assembly here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my very special pleasure and privilege to declare open the Sir Keshington Adebutu Geriatric Rehabilitation Center for the benefit of the people of Nigeria and to the glory of God.
The CMD subsequently took all on a tour around the ultra-modern first-of-its-kind geriatric center. As part of activities to mark the UCH's 60th anniversary was a special anniversary lecture held at Emeritus Professor Theophilus Ogunlesi Multi-Purpose Hall, Ibadan, on Monday, the 20th of November 2017, to reflect on the past and present state of the hospital, while looking into the future. The lecture had in attendance the cream de la cream in the society, among whom were the Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, the host governor of the state, Senator Abiola Ajimobi, Governor of Ondo State, Arakunrin Rotimi Akeredolu, Honorable Minister of Health, Professor Isaac Adewale, former President of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo was represented by Dr. Femi Majakodume, Chief Medical Director, University College Hospital Ibadan, Professor Temitope Alunge, Emeritus Professor Theophilus Oladipo Ogunlesi, Founder, Afe Babalola University, Are Afe Babalola, Sonny Folorunsho Kuku, Chairman and CEO, Biscon Communications, Prince Bisi Olatilo, the academia, and other prominent personalities. Traditional rulers present were the Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Saliu Adetunji, the Oba of Lagos, Oba Rilwan Akiolu, among others. In the welcome address delivered by the CMD of UCH, Professor Temitope Alunge, he said the hospital is not getting quarter of what is needed to provide a first-class hospital. He said the hospital is in dire need of support from individuals and allocation of funds from the government in order to function effectively. Professor Temitope Alunge further assured that the UCH will not relent in its commitment to medical research and training.
Mr. Vice President, sir, the University College Hospital Ibadan is desirous of your support for allocation of the Sovereign Wealth Investment Fund, which other hospitals have been privy to, and I'm persuaded to believe that you will support our quest for this funding, as this will enable us to function more effectively with minimal financial burden, which we have made lighter by embarking on public-private finance initiatives in the service areas of the hospital. In conclusion, on behalf of the entire staff, students, and friends of the University College Hospital, I thank you for your visit on this historic occasion, marking the diamond anniversary of our great institution. Thank you, and God bless you.
In the chairman's opening remark, former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, who was ably represented by Dr. Femi Majakodume, lamented that the current state of tertiary health institutions, including the University College Hospital Ibadan, is worrisome because of poor funding, challenging and aging infrastructures, as well as recurrent strike actions of health workers. He added that it is disheartening to know that Nigeria, with an estimated population of over 180 million people, does not have a dedicated one-stop cancer center, when India can boast of over 120 such centers. Chief Olusegun Obasanjo further appealed to the government to come up with a plan that will position the medical institution in Nigeria as the best in the world. He urged them to also contribute more to the development of hospitals in Nigeria.
60. UCH Ibadan has truly led the other healthcare institutions in top-class healthcare delivery, real cutting-edge research, and I know that it is the preferred choice for training every professional group in the health sector. With so many contending factors in the health arena, I want to encourage the UCH Ibadan to come up with a robust plan that will see the institution transcend mediocrity and attain more enviable position in the world rating. I congratulate the Honorable Minister of Health, Professor Isaac Adewale, and the management, staff, and students of UCH Ibadan on this auspicious occasion, and I wish the very best ahead.
In the speech of the Minister of Health, Professor Isaac Adewale, who started by congratulating and welcoming all to the anniversary lecture, he said the federal government will continue to give priority to the welfare of health workers in the nation. Professor Adewale further expressed optimism that if the UCH is fully invested in, the hospital will regain its lost glory as one of the best in the world, and also stop Nigerians from traveling out of the country for medical care.
The hospital has about 6,000 staff, the highest you will find in any teaching hospital in this country. And therefore, it is rightly placed to render outstanding first-class service to our people, apart from research. And that is why celebrating 60 is something that is important, something that will allow a deep reflection, not only looking into the past, but also assessing where we are today and what we can offer our country. Your Excellency, under this administration, UCH will get the support it deserves. And we count on you to continue to support it. It is one of the 8 hospitals that will be supported in terms of upgrades. In 2017 budget, we have 9 billion allocated in the 2017 budget that we will use in partnership with Sovereign Wealth Investment Authority to refurbish the 8 hospitals, and UCH is one of them.
The guest lecturer, Emeritus Professor Theophilus Ogunlesi, first House Officer of University College Hospital Ibadan, and also the first student, University of Ibadan Medical School, in his lecture, began by commending the role played by the UCH since its establishment 60 years ago. Professor Theophilus said, the UCH is meant to be the leader of teaching hospitals in West Africa, but the hospital lacks adequate fund to raise it to a world-class teaching hospital. Suggesting solutions, Professor Theophilus appealed to the government to stop underfunding of hospitals and provide effective, comprehensive and accessible healthcare for all. He also emphasized the need for a collaborative effort of all stakeholders in transforming Nigeria's health sector, as he urged the management and staff of the hospital to do more.
Government should provide an effective, comprehensive, and readily accessible community healthcare system for all Nigerians. I mean, all the 192, 200 million nearly, or so inhabitants of this great country. And to make that possible, we need an effective and a comprehensive national health insurance scheme, which will be successful. Number 3 suggestion, which I dare to make, is that the nation's healthcare system should make special provisions for the poor, the aged, that is what we have been trying to do today, the disabled, and the children. I thank God that we have witnessed the commissioning of the Rehabilitation Center to complement the Anene Center, which had been functioning for quite some while. And that is the direction to which we must address our minds as Nigerians. No government can provide all the resources needed to turn our institutions into world class. But I urge you to consider, when you are able, to think of how best we can achieve some of these targets within the 4 years.
This was followed by goodwill messages. The Chairman Planning Committee, UCH at 60, Professor Okpeolu Adekunle, said, the deplorable state of health services in Nigeria is traceable to many factors, one of which is chronic underfunding due to the rapid growth in the number of federal teaching hospitals and medical centers in the country. Other factors, he said, are the total collapse of basic municipal infrastructural facilities, staff indiscipline, wild and unregulated trade unionism, among others. Professor Adekunle said the committee has introduced some innovations to secure additional funding for UCH.
The deplorable state of our health services is traceable to many factors, most important of which is chronic underfunding, and due to rapid growth in the number of federal teaching hospitals. Around 54, and probably still counting. Other factors not less important are the almost total collapse of basic municipal infrastructural services, facilities like constant supply of water, electricity, as well as staff indiscipline and wild and unregulated trade unionism. These deficiencies require urgent and determined amelioration. chronic underfunding requires a yearly increase of at least 1% of our national budget, beginning from the first 7% of this year till we reach 15%, in line with Lagos Declaration and Abuja Plan of Action, 2005.
The founder of Afe Babalola University, Are Afe Babalola, in his goodwill message, said the country has lost lots of good doctors because they are neglected and hospitals lack proper equipment. He further called on individuals and organizations to help save the dilapidated infrastructure in Nigerian hospitals.
Poor remuneration for doctors, indeed for civil servants. May I tell you here, gentlemen, that an average doctor in America earns 2.9 million, 9 million a month, while his counterpart in Nigeria earns less than 240,000 naira. 9 million is against 240. You ask yourself, what is happening? The truth is that brilliant doctors in this place go overseas and excel. And yet we have been advised that, oh, government should do this, should do that. The problem with us is that we are not addressing the issues that are germane.
The governor of Ondo State, Arakunrin Rotimi Akeredolu, in his goodwill message, emphasized the need for well-meaning individuals and corporate organizations to invest in the health sector and contribute to its growth.
So my friend said to me, he said, there are many hospitals, a number of them are good, but that he would prefer to have his whatever operation he will have, he would prefer to have it in UCH. And I said, why UCH? He said, you can never find a better place to have your operations, particularly when it is a serious one. He's a professor. And I said, no, but I thought you were doing some work, you do some in some other hospitals here. He said, no, because where you have multidiscipline and a lot of people to be involved in any surgery, you can never find a better place than UCH. It was so clear to me, said, from the anesthetists, from this, from there, and I think that speaks well for UCH. It is still the best, or the first among the best.
The host governor, Senator Abiola Ajimobi of Oyo State, said his administration will continue to partner as well as support the UCH for the benefit of the citizenry. He eulogized the great role played by the foremost fathers of the medical profession in the last 60 years.
Over the years, the University College Hospital Ibadan, popularly known as UCH or Orita Mefa by the indigenes of Ibadan, gained reputation of being the premier institution of medical studies in Nigeria. It is not just the first and the best. It is the standard by which we measure the state of medical practice in Nigeria. I think we can agree that in a number of ways, it has achieved part of its core vision of being the leading department of medicine in Africa, producing excellent medical graduates, and championing cutting-edge research and development in medicine. The truth is that this college has a rich and colorful history. And as Nigerians lament the slow trajectory of our nation's growth, there's a tendency for them to recall what they refer to as the good old days of UCH.
In his keynote address, the Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, said Orita Mefa, as it's fondly called, has attained the stature of legend, pioneering complex health procedures in Nigeria and spearheading landmark medical research of global relevance. He said in the last 60 years, UCH has also produced some of the most accomplished and most distinguished medical personnel the world has seen, among whom is Emeritus Professor Theophilus Ogunlesi. Professor Yemi Oshibajo added that the last few decades have not exactly been a stellar period for healthcare in Nigeria, as the sad state of affairs in the country's healthcare system have led to dismal levels of professional satisfaction among medical personnel. Professor Yemi Oshibajo said the federal government has provided healthcare policies that can make for affordable, accessible and qualitative healthcare for all Nigerians, irrespective of class and location. Concluding his address, the Vice President said the private sector is the key to settling the institution's funding needs. He also commended the management of the hospital for adopting the public-private partnership initiative in many areas of service delivery.
As we commemorate this 60th anniversary of this very distinguished institution, I'd like us to take a moment's look into the future to create in our minds a picture of what we would like to see in the next 60 years of UCH. I was excited to hear Professor Emeritus Ogunlesi project to a UCH of 40 years hence. But let us today just begin with what the next decade might look like. UCH will undoubtedly be a global center of excellence, staffed by highly motivated personnel, producing cutting-edge, commercially viable research that helps to underwrite a large chunk of its funding needs. The picture of UCH 2027 must necessarily incorporate the emerging technologies that are already defining every aspect of human existence: artificial intelligence, robotics, data science, and the Internet of Things. There's a strong possibility that the UCH of 2027 will require on its payroll as many software engineers as medical personnel. The sophistication that will be required to run hospitals then will compel us to exit the approach of burdening the academics with hospital management, which, as we know, is rarely a distinct professional discipline. In this exciting new future, real-time partnerships with centers of excellence around the world will be crucial, and so investment in broadband infrastructure will be a massive game changer. That future is already here. Finally, may I once again congratulate the management and staff of the University College of Ibadan for this milestone commemoration, and join you all in looking forward to an even greater 60 years ahead.
To bring the anniversary lecture to an end was the vote of thanks said by Mr. Shinyonbola, the Director of Administration, University College Hospital, Ibadan.
First and foremost, I want to particularly thank the Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, GCON, for finding time to grace this event despite its tight schedule. We want to collectively acknowledge the honor you have done to this hospital. From my years of experience in this hospital, I can boldly conclude that University College Hospital Ibadan has evolved through its 60 years of existence into an institution of hope and life. This fact has been clearly manifested by the numerous lives that we have been touched through the provision of excellent healthcare services. This, however, would have been very difficult and in certain particular contexts impossible to achieve without the ceaseless support and contributions of stakeholders, well-wishers, and members of the public. It is because of this support that the hospital has enjoyed that we are here to celebrate the 60th anniversary of our UCH.
This was followed by the cutting of the anniversary cake by dignitaries with the supervision of the MC and Project Director, BCOS, Mr. Yojo Adebutu. To bring the event to an end was the national anthem by the UCH Choir. From Biscon Communications, it's hearty congratulations to the management of the University College Hospital, UCH, Ibadan.